in today's video, I'm going to be designing 2 original characters. And yeah, that's it. So let's get into the video. So what made me come up with the idea for these characters is I was watching a short video, and it was one of those videos when it says, my husband thinks we would have dated in high school, but then it shows like both of them in high school. And he was basically a football player jock, and she was like a musical theater emo, basically. And she was like, no, we wouldn't have dated. And I just thought it would be kind of fun to just draw some characters that are like that. That's the emo scene kid who loves theater, and then the jock who's on the football team. So yeah, I was kind of going for that more classic emo scene, which is kind of like 2010. I took some inspiration from the girl from Lemonade Mouth, which I thought she was more fashionable than this. Like, don't get me wrong, she was probably like somewhat fashionable at the time, but I was looking at her outfits and there's something for sure. So this kind of vibe, but a little more modern, because I personally think some of her outfits were kind of ugly. No offense, but I watched Lemonade Mouth I think about a year ago, and I quite liked it. It was a cute movie. I really want this character to be more on the sassy side, kind of similar to the girl from Lemonade Mouth, and I just want her to be spunky and like your usual kind of edgy character who's willing to like stand up for things that she believes in. I decided for this character to give her a few piercings, so she has 3 on her right ear and she has 2 on her left ear. I also decided to make her eyebrows a bit shorter because I thought that would be kind of fun. And for her first hairstyle, I was thinking about giving her some low pigtails with like thick bangs that are parted on the side. And I was looking at it, I'm like, why does this look so familiar? It just looks so familiar. And then I thought of Marinette from Miraculous Ladybug. I was like, oh, that explains it. It looks like Marinette. I often find when people try to draw Marinette, they often draw her hair like this. It's not completely accurate to the series, but it's how like a lot of people draw it. And when I saw this, I was like, oh, it totally looks like Marinette. I was also adding a streak of color into her hair, so it just looked like evil Marinette from like the one Halloween special. And I was just like, nope, I have to figure something else out. I ended up going with a half up, half down, and I gave her pigtails still because I really liked the pigtails. I planned on having her do like multiple hairstyles to kind of show how she's kind of creative. And I gave her this off the shoulder t-shirt. They've been kind of trendy right now, but they're also a major thing in like the early 2000s. And I also gave her some long fingerless gloves. I wanted her to have sleeves on, but she's wearing a t-shirt and she has her shoulder exposed. So I didn't want to put an actual like long sleeve shirt on underneath. So I just gave her long fingerless gloves. On her shirt, I wrote heck no because I thought that'd be really funny. And I think it's really cute. It just says heck no. And I thought I gave a more edgy-ish vibe. I made it like the O, the no sign. I don't know if that's completely what that's called, but that's what I'm gonna call it. And then I gave her like these little shorts that have like rough edges, which you can't really see it, but like I know what it is. After I finished the one of her just standing there, I decided to draw a front view one, which honestly I did these kind of out of order. You're supposed to usually draw like the front view one and then do a 3/4 view if you wanted to, but for some reason I did it kind of out of order. I also did give her like a little bit of eyeshadow because I thought that would be cute. I did also play around with her having a green and black color combo. And for this boy character, I kind of wanted to be that he isn't ashamed that he likes her, which by the way, they're supposed to be like each other. The whole thing is basically a romance. But I want him to like be completely unashamed that he likes her, and all like his teammates are like heavily judging him, but like he doesn't care at all and he just thinks she's amazing and all her theater kid emo-ness. I had a really hard time trying to get his hair to look right. It just kept looking so weird, and I don't know why. I find modern haircuts are really hard to draw for some reason. Just like these fluffy hairstyles, they always look so weird when you try to draw them. Like, they look fine in real life, but like you're trying to draw it, it just looks so weird and looks so stupid. At least just because I can't draw it. So when I draw it, it looks stupid. Pretty sure there's some people who can draw it better than me. But I ended up giving up on doing a more like fluffy hairstyle, and I kind of just went with my usual kind of default hairstyle with like a side part. This was my reference I had for him. And also, it's really hard to make guy characters look interesting, at least when they're like just a football player and like a high school boy, because like if you're talking about like typical like cliche like football players, I feel like they don't really get fashionable until like they're out of like high school, or like I don't know how to make him look fashionable but not like dorky, if that makes sense. I don't know, I just always have a hard time getting guys to look interesting compared to like the girl. I'm gonna call her by her actual name. I named her Sage. Sage was a lot easier to design because she's just kind of edgy, and edgy is so much easier. There's so many things you can do. But when you're trying to just draw a normal dude, I'm like, what the heck do I draw? Like, what do I give you? It's just a lot harder trying to make him look interesting because he is just a normal dude who isn't really into fashion or anything. I could maybe make him a little more fashionable. I'm gonna try to figure that out. I think that's just something I need to work on more with his design, because right now he's kind of just a dude. I did end up giving him a dimple on one side of his face. It only really appears though when he's like smiling with a straight smile. I personally have a dimple on one side of my face, and it only appears when I'm smiling and I'm doing like a really straight smile, or if I'm smiling really, really big. Mine's really subtle. His is a little more prominent than mine. But I thought it'd be cute to give him a dimple just because, why not? I'm gonna tell you his name too. I named him Carter. For Carter, I was having a hard time just drawing him in general. I felt like I was very rusty when I was drawing for some reason. I feel like I felt rusty for a while, but I think I really just need to like brush up on posing and just drawing characters, or it is because it's such a static pose. I find it can sometimes be a little difficult to make a dude just standing there look natural. I feel like he looks a little odd, but I don't know, it's alright. I had a hard time with his colors. I feel like it turned out alright. I was a little bothered by the fact that I was looking at my phone holder, which I bought from Ren Spirit Arts, and it's her OC, and I realized I did the same color combo, but like the hues are just a little different. That kind of bothers me a bit, but I'm gonna try and mess around with the colors a bit more, I think, in the future. It was kind of funny, while I was drawing him, I sent a picture to my friend, and you could kind of see that had like football players on my computer screen, and that I was like drawing a football player. And it was really funny because he asked me if I was drawing Travis Kelce, and I was like, no, I'm trying to draw a cute football player, so Travis Kelce. I'm like, no, I'm not drawing Travis Kelce. He's like, but why not? Because I'm trying to draw a cute football player, not Travis Kelce. And then he was like, huh, you should draw this guy. He looks like my uncle, which was like a different football player. I was like, what? I'm trying to draw a cute football player who's like in high school, and then he's like telling me to draw this random like 50-year-old guy who's like a retired football player or something. I just thought it was so funny. Which, by the way, for you who don't know who Travis Kelce is, it's basically Taylor Swift's boyfriend, which is the only reason I know about him. There's more info about him. He's like, I don't even know what team he's on. I just know he's Taylor Swift's boyfriend, and that's all I know about him, basically. But yeah, that might be the only reason he said Travis Kelce, was because I would know who the heck Travis Kelce is. I feel like both of their designs turned out kind of cute. They definitely still need more work, but I feel their designs will get more interesting with time as I draw them more and more. And yeah, let's move on to the picture of me drawing them together. I wanted to draw them taking like a selfie together because I thought that would be cute. I was originally gonna have it be that you could see from like the perspective of their eyes, like you could see their hand holding the phone. But I decided not to do that because the hand kept looking weird. So I just decided to just draw the picture that was gonna be in the phone, which is basically like Sage has her arm around him and is like making like a little kissy face, and Carter's just kind of smiling. I found a reference on Pinterest for this one. I didn't save the reference, sadly, but yeah, I just took inspiration from that, and I thought it'd be cute. I felt like her wrapping her arm around him, it kind of gives that like spunky vibe, and then she's like making the kissy lips, and he's just kind of smiling, just kind of chilling. Maybe he's the one taking the picture. I don't completely know which one's taking the picture. It was originally gonna be Sage, but I couldn't get it to look right, and I feel like it makes more sense if Carter was taking the picture, I think. And speaking of Sage's facial expression, the lips were really hard to draw. I had no idea how to draw those lips because I don't usually draw my characters like doing kissy lips, at least in my normal art style. Like, I'll draw characters making kissy lips as chibis, but I often don't draw it with my normal art style and just my normal characters. So it was harder because I'm trying to make it look a little more realistic like, but I think it ends up turning out alright and it looks cute. There's still something that feels a little off with it, but I don't think it's bad. As a side note about her face, I find it funny how many characters I have that have pointy or like more slim eyes. For example, my character Lily, her eyes are a little more slim. They've become a lot more round in recent years. But I find it funny how many characters I have that have more narrow or like pointy eyes. I don't have a lot of characters that have big, round, cute eyes for some reason. Like, I really need to make more characters that have just like big, cute eyes that are really cute. But for some reason, I have a whole bunch of like edgy characters that don't align with the things I usually like to draw vibe-wise. So I really need to at some point make a character that is just really cute to draw, which Lily's pretty cute. And her eyes have gotten a lot more round with time, and she's just become an overall cuter character, but I need to design a more outgoing, cutesy character. I did change their colors just a little bit. I ended up making both their skin tones a little darker, and I might end up changing their hair colors in the future. I might make the black parts of Sage's hair more purple, I think, which I kind of did that with the shading in this one, but I think I'm gonna actually change the color. And I think I'm gonna make Carter's hair darker maybe in the future. I don't completely know, but I'm gonna mess with their designs more in the future. And as I draw them more and more, their designs will probably get more finalized, and I'll figure out what I do like with their designs and what I don't like. I'm gonna try and make Carter's hair a little different than most of my other OCs. I feel like he has very similar hair to my OC Logan, but I tried to draw Logan's hair a little more wavy and give it a little more texture. Compared to, I feel like Carter's hair seems a little more straight. I'm gonna give a little life update and tell you guys how I'm doing on my goals. I have been pretty good about going to the gym recently. I've been going twice a week. I did forget to do it one day this last week because I was celebrating my birthday, and it completely like slipped my mind because I was just busy that day. I went shopping with my grandma and grandpa at Marshall's, and then we ate Qdoba afterwards, and then later I went out with a friend, but that was towards the end of the day, but I just completely forgot about it. I was a little disappointed when I remembered earlier. I was like, ah, darn it. I completely forgot because I was being consistent, but then I forgot, but it's fine. I just gotta keep going. And for drawing 4 times a week, I'm pretty sure I've been fairly consistent about drawing 4 times a week. For drawing my sketchbook, I've been a little inconsistent. For you who don't know, I wanted to draw in my sketchbook once a week. I've been a little inconsistent with my sketchbook. I think I have for most of the weeks, but I think there was a few weeks in there where I didn't, or a week or two. I haven't been doing this for that long. But yeah, I'm doing fairly decent on my goals. They still need work, but that's fine. I'm doing it to some extent, and that's better than nothing. I've been trying to read more. I'm currently doing a book study with my church. I'm reading The Bait of Satan, which is a really good book. It's about like offense and how offense can like hold you back and you can get like stuck in it. And I also got a whole bunch of the Maximum Ride books. I got the whole series. I haven't read it before. I have like book number 6, which is like one of the last books. Don't start at book number 6 when you're reading a series. But I got it at Goodwill when I was about 15, I think, and I just finally decided to get the rest of the series. And yeah, it should be fun reading it, and I'm trying to make sure to watch things, read things, and do things that inspire me, because I find I'm just way more motivated to do things where I'm watching things that motivate me instead of just like trying to just entertain myself, you know? Or I've been watching and listening to like podcasts more too, or listening to people talk about art or just art related videos. I find in recent years I haven't watched as many art related videos. I think it's because a lot of the people I used to watch don't really post anymore. Or if they do still post, I'm just kind of behind on their videos. So I'm trying to watch more videos that are art related to motivate me, or just videos that are about being creative in general. So yeah, that's it. Let's go back to the drawing. This picture is very much just like my usual little sketchy, painty things I do. They're very much just like a sketch. It's not really painty at all, but yeah. And I gave them a floral background to kind of look like wallpaper, and I put a shadow behind them. So I'm thinking maybe they're at one of their houses and they're just taking a selfie. In this picture, I like how Carter turned out more. I feel like he just looks overall better, and I just feel like he looks like the age I wanted to be. The other picture of him was looking a little young, and I feel like this one looks better. I'm not crazy about how Sage looks in this picture. She looks a little off, but she's still cute too. I think I just slightly like her headshot in the first picture a little more. And yeah, I just think this picture turned out cute. I think it's fun how they're interacting. There's things I'm still a little off about it, and I'm not crazy about all the art in this video, but I do feel this final picture I made here is kind of cute. I like it. I also did make a second version of this picture with some text on it that says "Love you, babe." And I thought that'd be really cute because I feel like it's something both of them would say to each other. I'm not completely sure which one of them wrote it, but I think it's really cute. And yeah, that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you would like to see more videos like this. And I hope you all have a good rest of your day. Bye!